I talked about in another previous video the importance of knowing what you want so that you don't get sidetracked and end up doing something you really didn't plan on doing. The other side of it that I've been thinking about here recently is if you're going to be dating here in the Philippines, not only do you have to know what you want, like what type of relationship, but you have to really make a point of communicating that to any woman, any Filipina that you intend to spend a lot of time with. And by a lot of time, I'm talking like anything more than 2 dates. Because things work much faster here. There's a lot of dynamics in play. Part of it is financial, security. Part of it is cultural with family, the need to be in a family and marriage and all that. But things move a lot faster here. Now in the United States, we have more of a let's try it out and see where it goes kind of approach when it comes to dating. And that works more or less, has its pros and cons. But here in the Philippines, it's not done that way. And that's probably the biggest mistake any Westerner can make when they come and start dating here, is to think, well, they meet some really nice pretty girl, some Filipina, and they take her out to dinner and a movie or whatever, and they're just with that mindset of, well, let's just see how it goes. Let's just hang out and see how it goes. Well, again, that's not how it's done here. Here, don't be surprised if you're asked to meet the parents on the first or second date. Because here, again, it's more of a courtship. The whole idea of dating, and again, times are changing here in the Philippines. The younger generation seems to be kind of westernizing, if you want to put it that way. But still, a lot of what you're going to run into is more of a traditional arrangement. So even with single girls that are on another island, away from their family and stuff, what you need to be clear with is your intentions and what kind of relationship you're thinking about. And I'll give you the two main ones that I think of. The first one is to make your intention clear, if this is your intention, that you're here looking for a good woman, a wife, and you're willing to spend a year getting to know her. Unless you're only going to be here for 2 weeks, then you're only going to have 2 weeks. Make it clear to her, yeah, I'm serious, because the other option is you would need to make it clear to her, I'm not looking for a wife. I'm just looking for a companion to hang out with. Or you're looking for a girlfriend first. That would be a third option. You could tell them, well, I'm looking for a girlfriend because that is what you're looking for. You're not looking to decide on marriage in the first week. You got to make all this clear. You really do. Number one, because you're dealing with younger women, they're going to assume that because you're dating them, well, of course you're looking for a wife. That's the assumption here. So you have to really communicate clearly. You can't just start taking them out to the movies and this and that and not have some kind of a conversation where you tell them, hey, I'm here looking for a wife, or I'm here just looking for a companion for 3 weeks, or hey, I'm looking for a girlfriend, but I don't plan on talking about marriage for another year. I mean, you really, really got to be clear, and you got to communicate it, because otherwise assumptions will get made. And here you are thinking, well, I'm just kind of hanging out with this girl, took her out to the movies a couple times. Now I'm going to go take this other girl out to the movies and see how that goes. Well, now the first girl is going to think, well, wait a minute, I thought this guy wanted to marry me and was starting to court me. Now I see him at the movies with, this other girl. It's going to create a lot of unnecessary drama and weirdness if you don't communicate this stuff up front. It's bad enough when guys come here and they don't even know that the expectation is more towards marriage. But if you know what you want and you communicate it, things tend to go a little smoother. Now, even then, again, depending on what young woman you're dealing with, they may hear you say, I'm only looking for a girlfriend. I'm not thinking about marriage. But what's going on in her mind is, oh, I see, he wants streamer for a girlfriend, and now it's up to me to change his mind. You know, not only do you need to know what you want, you need to communicate it with the young women as you date them.